the things I want to get back to doing is vlogging, which is something that I haven't done for the longest time, and I am so out of practice. So you might see a bit of footage before or after this of me doing a bit of housework this morning. There's Elliot's hand in the background, and that's just kind of like my daily tasks that I try to do every day to keep on top of things. And then we all got ready, which always takes longer than we expect, or than I expect. And then we've just headed into town to get the groceries from Tesco, Excitamondo. And now we're off to the park to meet one of Elliot's friends. And he's convinced me to drive, even though it's only up the road. But we were kind of already in the car from shopping, so it just makes sense. Look at my very attractive steering wheel with all the leather coming off. It's nice, isn't it? So yeah, I'll try and get better at the whole vlog thing as the week progresses, hopefully. Back from the park, had a little play date with one of Elliot's friends from school, and it's also one of his friends from when we did NCT together, so they've kind of known each other pretty much all their life, which is nice. Just a little short play date which suited me because we're back in time for lunch now. Got the oven on ready for the boys' lunches, and I'm just putting away the shopping that we got earlier. So I got some animal biscuits for Elliot, some Maryland mini cookies for Jake, some Kinder chocolates for Elliot, some bananas, some Eat Natural almond and apricot bars for Mr. H, 3 bars of this caramel because it's blooming delicious. We tend to alternate our shopping between Sainsbury's and Tesco, and Sainsbury's quite often don't have that, so I got 3 bars while I was in Tesco. 2 lots of the Tesco double strength orange and mango squash because we get through squash like nobody's business. And now I just need to tackle all this and all the stuff that's in the fridge that I just kind of like, yeah, all the stuff that I just threw in the fridge when I got back, just so I could get back out the door again. Wish me luck. Also got some of these Kellogg's by Kids kind of cereal bars. Those are orange and carrot. Some of these Trek protein flapjacks. That's Jake in the background. These are cocoa and coconut. Again, I can't get those from Sainsbury's, so I get them from Tesco when I can. These Go-Go squeeze yogurts. These are quite handy because they don't need to be kept in the fridge, so they're handy when you're out for days out and about and you want a healthy-ish pudding. Needs to go on. 4 tins of the Tesco no added sugar baked beans in tomato sauce. Some, I don't know, Yo-Yo Bears, Butterkist crunchy toffee popcorn. I have an obsession with popcorn at the minute, so just trying different ones. Lentil curls, sour cream and chive. Again, just we're trying different crisps at the moment. Some pedal bin liners for the bin upstairs. Some food bags. Some more of the protein flapjacks. Elliot chose some Monster Munch for his crisps. He'll be lucky if I don't steal. She thought I didn't buy anything healthy as well. I did buy some fruit and vegetables too. So got some brown onions, because onions go in like every recipe going. Some Babybel cheeses that Elliot chose, some iceberg lettuce, some purple sprouting broccoli. Gonna go in there, mate. Oh, got these as well, which is some baking potatoes. That lettuce can go now. Oh, it's gone a bit brown. Don't really like buying pre-cut lettuce. But at the minute, anything that makes life easy is good with me. Oh, get in, please. But 3 more. Hairs in my face. I bought 3 more bags of cheese because I couldn't remember if we had any or not. And as anyone with young people, little people, medium-sized people know, you get through so much cheese. So mozzarella. Ow! Bang my hand. Mature grated cheddar. And mild cheddar. Everything's just falling on me, which is why it sounds chaotic, because it is. It's our current stock. Again, it's really lazy to buy the grated cheese, but anything that makes my life easier. I got some sandwich chopper, coronation chicken, stick on jacket potatoes, some olives. For me, I'm the only one that likes those, but I do like an olive. Some Wensleydale with cranberry cheese, and then some pears and some garlic apples that I need to put into the little pots that they go in. It's now 5 o'clock. I'm just cooking dinner. Cooking a little bit frazzled, I think would be the right word. Jake's definitely feeling better. He keeps having like random bouts where he keeps coughing. Can't actually remember if I've said that he hasn't been very well. I know I said on Instagram. Last week he wasn't very well. He had a COVID test on Sunday, and then that came back negative. But as the week went on, he got poorlier and poorlier. So I'm looking down into the saucepan. As the week went on, he got poorlier and poorlier. Ended up at the urgent care centre and ended up on antibiotics and steroids. He's off the steroids now and he is much better, but he just has like random coughing fits. And she's got a few more days of antibiotics left. But yeah, he's definitely better because he's just tearing around the place like an absolute loon. You know that advert that was on for Calpol, I think it was a few years back, where they give the child the Calpol and then they start tearing around like a crazy thing. That is literally him. So I'm doing stir fry tonight. I'll just show you. Do the stir fry tonight. So this is some tofu, and then I've tried these, which is the Bird's Eye Wok Fresh Oriental stir fry vegetable mix. Apparently they're new. Just because whenever I buy stir fry veg and leave it in the fridge, sometimes if you're not having it straight away, it's not always at its best. So I thought I'd try some frozen veg. It looks good. It's really good. I tried a supermarket own brand of one of these years ago, and it was cut too small, so it all went kind of floppy and flimsy. But this looks quite nice and substantial, so let's hope it's not nice. Let's hope the kids enjoy it. And then we've got just 2 packs of this chow mein sauce to bung on as well, and some rice bubbling away nicely there. Evening. I'm all snuggled in my pyjamas now. It's raining outside. It's August, but it kind of feels like September, but hey ho. So I just posted my first Instagram post for about 6 months, and it was my post about the article in Grazia magazine talking about how the women in the remake of Sex and the City, which for some reason I cannot remember the name of, and just like that, is that it? Something like that. Have basically being trolled really for being old and that they should dye their hair and stuff, and a lot of people are responding positively to that, which is good. Although wouldn't it be nice if people said, actually I think you're wrong, and I think women are represented brilliantly in the media when they age, but obviously that's not going to be the case. So in which case it's good that people are at least up for doing something about changing that kind of aging stereotype. I've just cleaned the conservatory, that glamorous mum life of like when the kids are at home during school holidays, you just don't get time to kind of get your tasks done during the day. And then I'm just going to do some admin stuff, and then I'll work a bit more on Wrinkle. Hello on Tuesday, first time checking in today because today is a work day. It's so hot. The weather is so weird at the moment. I'm sorry to be typically British and just talk about the weather, but like it was not freezing, that's a bit over the top, but it was cold this morning to the point where I was wearing a little jumper, maternity wear jumper actually, because I have a long torso, and so it actually fits me better than normal jumpers. Interesting, well not actually that interesting, but unusual fact for you. So yeah, I wore a little jumper this morning when I went out, and then now I have had to get changed into slightly more summery gear. It is 23 degrees at the moment and beautiful sunshine, which is lovely. So yeah, today's a work day, and I don't know if anybody else is finding this, but kind of because like literally the whole world shut down for so long with COVID, now everything's starting to get a bit more back to normal. It's just like everything has gone at like 100 million miles an hour all at one go. So all the events that were cancelled are now happening. It's just mad. So just been heads down trying to get on with work. I work from home anyway because that's just my job to work from home. I've been listening to a nice podcast while I've been working today called The Mindset Mentor. I'll link that in the description box so you can have a listen to that if you want to, but it's very good at kind of making you think positively, making you think aspirationally and all that kind of jazz, which is good. It just keeps me sane a bit while I'm working on my own. My husband does work from home on a Tuesday as well, so I have got a bit of a teammate, at least sharing making the coffee and stuff, but his job is quite different to mine, so it's kind of like you can have office banter, but you know, like when you kind of need somebody that's in the same industry as you to really understand like some of the quirks and some of the things you find amusing or annoying or whatever, doesn't always kind of work out that way, but it's nice to have him home, which is good. Elliot's been at he calls it summer camp, it's like a sports camp thing today, and it's been his first day. He was actually really excited about it, which is good, because when I first mentioned about booking it to him, he really didn't want to go. So I dropped him off this morning. He literally went in and I had to ask him for a kiss because I was like, hello, gonna miss you, bye. And he just wandered in quite happily. He's been going, I'm going camping. So hopefully he's had a good day. He's got a bit of a cold at the moment. He's got a bit of a snotty nose, which I think everyone's kind of feeling run down and got something because, like, oh gosh, we've just not been exposed to any bugs, have we? So everything's just coming at us terribly. Speaking of which, Jakey's back at nursery today, so they've been administering his, it's a hard word to say, administering his antibiotics for us today. Hopefully he's gotten all right, no phone calls, so I assume he's okay. And then I work flexi hours, so obviously I've put Elliot into the sports club so that I can get a big chunk of work done today. A Tuesday is kind of like my long working day. I work about 9 hours. Well, I've obviously had some little breaks in the day to take him to sports club and go and pick him up, so I'll make that time up on other days. But when I get back, I'm back to working, and I've got a Teams meeting to go on, and yeah, it's all good, it's all really exciting and really positive, but there's just so much to do. So I'm going to sign off now and go and get the monkey from his sports club. Hello on Wednesday. I've just dropped Elliot off at summer camp. He still thinks he's going to camp, bless him. Can't remember if I've said, but yesterday I went to pick him up from it's like a sports camp that he's going to just for a couple of days while I'm working, and because it's called camp, he thinks he's actually going to go camping there, bless him. So when I picked him up yesterday, he went, "It was good, mummy, it was good, but we didn't do camping." Just reheating my coffee from this morning, and then I'm going to log back on to work. And then I only work like in the morning on a Wednesday. I only work on a morning in a Wednesday. In a Wednesday? Oh geez, need that coffee. I only work on a morning on a Wednesday. Well done. So this afternoon, before I go and get Elliot, I'm hoping to film some videos for YouTube, which is a bit exciting. Right, coffee's done, back to work. One morning of work, 3 videos filmed, some questionable foundation, and nice backlighting. Now it's really time to try and get this place looking a bit tidier, because I've really neglected it today. Yeah. Yeah, that was an interesting morning. So I went from not knowing what to do to deciding to do the little, oh, a bit shaky, kitten trail thing at the Red House glass cone that's not too far from us. And the little trail was lovely. It's very sort of simple and cute, but things there always are, but I quite like that. I think when you've got quite young ones, you don't want sort of complicated, find a letter and then rejumble all the letters to crack the code, because they get bored of that sort of thing. So finding little kitten stickers was pretty cool. But everyone, I'd say 100% of people in the Heathcock household are tired. So it was a bit challenging. Jakey, we walked there and Jakey was in his buggy when we got there, but then I got him out for a little bit. But he just didn't want to go the same direction as us. It's right next to the canal, so although you can let them go a little bit ahead, it's just kind of like, you don't want them to go too far ahead, because Jake literally has no sense of danger or fear, so he would literally throw himself head first into the canal. He'd probably swim, but let's not risk that. So I was trying to hold his hand. He didn't want to hold my hand. He didn't want to go the same direction. We eventually got around. At one point he ran into the gift shop, which obviously it's a glass cone, so there's lots of glass there. So I had to go running in after him. Then we decided to go for lunch there, which they've got really nice on-site cafe, really nice coffee. Highly recommend. And we sat outside, but Jake didn't want any of his jacket potato, even though he really likes jacket potato. And even though he's kind of got to the age where I can say what's on the menu and he can say what he wants, still didn't want any of it. Everything's no. Elliot kept dropping all his cutlery on the floor, so in the end I sent him back into the cafe himself to go and get some more, because I thought if he had to do that then he'd be less likely to drop it, because he'd look after it, knowing he had to go and get it himself. Then we went for a walk along the canal, put Jake in his buggy in the hope he'd have a nap. He was fine unless we stopped walking, and then we got no, which there was some nice little swans and baby swans. Are they cygnets? I think they're called cygnets. And I wanted to look at them, but no. Got to the park, took Jake out to have a run around. He wouldn't hold my hand, and there were cyclists. So I was like, okay, you're going to get run over by cyclists, so you're going to get back in your buggy. So then he screamed. Elliot is not sleeping well at the moment. And he's never been a great sleeper, because he always feels like he's missing out on something. Don't know what. We don't do anything that exciting. And because of that, like, it makes any of us when we're sleep deprived have in a bit of a bad mood, doesn't it, really? So he's a bit more like a teenager than a 6-year-old, and he's like stomping around. So in the end I said, no, we're not going to the park, we're going home, which, as you can imagine, went down really well. I've just put Jake down for a nap, and I've asked Elliot to go for a nap as well, because he just needs some sleep. To be fair, I could do with a nap too, but I'm just going to run around and do a few things while they're both down. I look so like, oh, it's been a hard morning. I love them to pieces, but like when anyone's tired, like I say, when I'm tired, when anyone's tired, it doesn't bring out the best in anybody, does it? So at least as an adult, you know how to manage that, and you can kind of keep yourself in check most of the time. Obviously, children can't do that, and it's up to us to try and help them to do that. But I'm not, I have some patience, but any parent that doesn't have never-ending patience. So yes, just breathe. Whew. Happy Friday, everybody. We've made it to the end of the week. Woohoo! This morning we've just breakfasted and got ready and done some housework. Not very exciting, but necessary. And now we're just having snacks, and then one of Elliot's friends is coming over for a play date in a little bit.
Mom?
Hey, choo-choo. Oh,